to a fresh Terpy Tuesday episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. I am your host this morning, Processor Sky, with another Terpene Tuesday strain review, breaking down some of the greatest Las Vegas and Nevada State cultivators here every single Tuesday and grading it out of 100 per the RSRS, the Rolling Spoon Rating Scale. On today's show, we have some GMO Gushers by Sauced. Super fucking excited to smoke up some of this really hype strain. This bag is completely sealed. Major shout out to the homies over at Hardin, Las Vegas for hooking me up with this dope bag. Really great deal. I think 35 an eighth or something, $30, $25 an eighth. And man, this packaging looks fucking awesome. So I'm really excited to dive into the strain review, Terpy Tuesday strain review of this GMO Gushers by Sauced. So how it works is there's 5 grading segments. The first is before we smoke it, before we grind it. We're going to do the pre-smoke judgment on the bag appeal. Basically, it's going to be out of 5. It counts for 20% of the grade, and it's before we even smoke it. How does it look? How frosty? What does it smell like? You know, the density, so on and so forth. Then we're going to roll up a perfect joint ski and rate it on flavor, ash color, and throat potency. And then the last segment is definitive judgments. So previously all out of 5 definitive judgments out of 20 based on the burn time, how the THC percentage and terpene testing lined up with the smoke, and of course, the effects of the smoke. So really fucking excited to dive on in. I'm going to open it up and give it the pre-smoke judgment before we dive officially into the show. So, bang, opening up the Sauced bag, the GMO Gushers. Let's get an off-the-cuff nose. Well, not real heavy on the nose. Didn't punch me in the face. Sometimes GMO really smacks when you open it. Honestly, not much of a heavy nose. I definitely detect limonene caryophyllene, a spicy sweetness to it. Not really as funky as GMO. I might even detect a little bit of that CBG smell. Honestly, I normally don't look at... Yeah, it says 0.167% or less than that. I don't know. It's got a little bit of that musky spice. Not too much nose. Let's check out the nugs. Wow. Honestly, beautiful herb. For sure. Great coloration. Very dense. Solid bud structure for sure. I don't know if you guys can see that. The GMO Gushers by Sauced. Great coloration. I'm going to go ahead and smoke this Tops nug of it. Make sure we give it the proper strain review. You know, I'm not gonna lie, the nose really wasn't all that pungent. Sometimes this is a really good sign though. If the trichome heads are in such good shape on the inside of the bag, if they're unpopped, then we have to grind it before the flavonoids release and the smell is produced. So sometimes super fresh trichomes lessen the scent in the bag. So we never know about that, but great coloration, great density. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4 out of 5 on the pre-smoke judgment. It's not seemingly perfect. A 5 out of 5 is seemingly perfect. A 4 out of 5 is dumb fire, some dumb gas. And that is definitely what this GMO Gushers looks like from Sauced. So I'm going to go ahead and break down this herb in my massive Santa Cruz shredder and roll up a perfect joint on the show. Got to get this thing going officially. Welcome on into a Terpene Tuesday strain review episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. Super excited to break down and smoke some of this GMO Gushers by Sauced with you guys. Shout out all of the Roll Gangsters tuning in on all the streaming platforms. 10 a.m. Pacific every weekday morning. We go live and smoke up some herb because after all, we are blessed to have awoke and we are blessed to have a smoke. Major shout out to the sponsors of the show because they make it happen for the Weekday Wake and Bake and help out the Roll Gangsters along the way. WWnB University, the first ever cannabis college. They claimed their stake in the industry first so that we could all claim our stakes in the industry today. 15 years in the running, in the works, WWnB University working on becoming the first ever accredited cannabis college, and I think it will be so deserved. The first ever cannabis college to boost your cannabis knowledge in Oakland, California. Claim your stake in this budding industry today. Use promo code ROLLINGSPOON, one word, Rolling Spoon, for 10% off your tuition over at the school. And, you will absolutely love the home grow course, the classic cannabis business course, whatever course you decide to claim your stake in this amazing industry. Definitely an amazing setup over at WWnB University. And also today's episode, as always, is brought to you by name sponsor, our channel, The Rolling Spoon. This handy dandy cannabis multi-tool helps me roll dime every time, especially on the Weekday Wake and Bake, but especially on the Terpene Tuesday strain review episodes of the show, because if we are not able to roll the perfectly same joint that we rolled on last week's episode, then we are not giving a fair and proper strain review to this herb. The only factor in these strain reviews is the different herbs we're smoking. We gotta roll the same joint in the same paper with the same density, the same amount, and the best way I can do this is with my handy dandy Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tool. Hopefully you guys are all rolling up your Wake and Bake right now or smoking it with your handy dandy Rolling Spoon. Would love to know in the comments section wherever you're consuming this what you're smoking on this morning, because after all, we are so blessed to have awoke for another day. So we are blessed to have a smoke for another day. Bang, rolled up the perfect dime. Got to on every Strain Review Tuesday episode. This is the same exact joint we roll on all of the strain reviews. It is time to finally, without further ado, spark up and judge this GMO Gushers by Sauced. Let's fucking go. This baby is going to be some heat. So we gave it a 4 out of 5 on the pre-smoke judgment. Time to get into the flavor, ash color, and throat hit. Let's fucking spark. Major shout out, Cuzzo. I absolutely love. My cousin Matt got me these Good Morning Roll Gang lighters. We're going to be sparking every joint just like we spark every show with a Good Morning Roll Gang. Classic. Got 300 episodes coming up too. Stay tuned for that. Woo! It definitely smacks hard. Holy shit. Tastes super clean, you know. I am not getting any, like, chemically flavor at all. It is very fluffy and smooth. Very subtle hints, effervescence of like a pine, if you will. It's limey and piney. Honestly, Roll Gang, I am not detecting that much flavor. It really is a trippy ass smoke. I am inhaling the smoke. It tastes danky and smooth. There is not much flavor at all. It's not like a bad flavor. There's not really that danky, funky flavor. No real sweetness or fruitiness. A little hint of herbal essence, some spice, if you will. But it is a very, very subtle smoke. If you're one of those people who likes to consume cannabis that's very light and not so funky or pungent, this may be a really great strain. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3 out of 5 on the flavor. It's good. It's not creme de la creme. It's not delicious, anything like that. It's definitely not meh or chemically either. It's right in the middle. 3 out of 5. It's a good tasting smoke, you know. Not much flavor. Good or bad. So definitely an enjoyable experience on the tongue. Next up is the ash color. And honestly, I just hit the first ash. I gotta make some fresh ash. It honestly looks really light though. Really fucking light. If you guys can see the ash color, honestly, this is the perfect time to show you what a 4 out of 5 looks like. So I have a 4 out of 5 classified as a cumulus cloud. There's definitely shadows, but you know, it's like cloudy white, if you will. Hang on, I need to make a little more ash. Great smoke. There's definitely dark splotches, but you see how it's like white? You know, it's very white. I absolutely love the ash color. A very flitting 4 out of 5. We're going to go ahead and give it the cumulus cloud. I'm still trying to find you guys a 5 out of 5 in the ash color. I've smoked them. I know they exist. So, and they're really fucking awesome. When you get that whipped cream colored ash. But this one's definitely cumulus cloud. A 4 out of 5 on the ash color. Next up, we have the throat hit, which I really actually love. It's so subtle and smooth, squad. Like, this GMO Gushers by Sauced is one of the most subtle and uniquely, like, soft strains I've ever smoked. The throat hit is so clean and crisp. It's not trying to make me cough. It's not like a pinch or even a smack. It's just so smooth, and yet I know it's getting me stoned, for sure. Just kind of like the flavor. It's hard to detect because of the smoothness. I really enjoy it. It's not that smack, the satisfying shit that makes me sneeze or cough. It's not really even the smack. I'm going to go with a pinch, you know. A 3 out of 5 on the throat hit for me. Super subtle. Some people might prefer this, you know what I mean? This is just how we're rating it on the show. The real potent, pungent smack in the back of your throat where it's a harsh rip, but it's not like painful per se. You know it if you smoked some insane potent shit. But this is super smooth. A smooth pinch, if you will. 3 out of 5 on the throat hit. A 4 out of 5 on the ash color. A 3 out of 5 on the tongue. And a 4 out of 5 on the bag appeal. So last but certainly not least, we get into the definitive judgments, where we get on into the testing numbers and how well they aligned with the smoke experience, and also, of course, what does it feel like? So definitely hard to detect the terpenes. I'm going to go ahead and say like limonene, caryophyllene 1 and 2, because it's so soft and effervescent, but I am not getting too much flavor on the smoke. And because of the lighter throat rip, probably around 20-ish percent THC. Really satisfying feeling for sure. So the official testing numbers, 22.1% THC on 5 limonene, 5 caryophyllene, and 3 myrcene milligrams per gram. Definitely a subtle, balanced high. And the testing numbers definitely, in my opinion, aligned with the smoke very well. A great experience. Didn't overwhelm me with medicinal potency, but a fabulous sativa strain. Keeps me nice and woke, and just a subtle layer of glaze, if you will, to keep the focus and my attention span lifted. Great energy boosting, mood boosting high. An overall great experience. You know, the definitive judgments is out of 20. Gives us a little more leeway to be creative. There is trace amounts of CBD and CBG in this smoke. Honestly, a great experience. I'm going to give it a solid 18 out of 20. You know, I'm going to dock it a touch. I could have used a little bit more flavor. I could have detected the terpenes a little more, but that's really the only thing I can hit. I very much enjoyed this smoke and would highly, highly recommend it to someone who's more of a novice consumer, someone who's looking for a little something that's not as pungent or hardcore. Like, it's not that smelly or flavorful, or it definitely doesn't hurt, make me cough, but does the absolute trick. Love this GMO Gushers. Great burn time. Still have a couple rips left. Major shout out to the Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tool for helping me roll this baby up. And Oaksterdam University, my proud alma mater, and where I learned basically everything about this plant. Love Oaksterdam and the Rolling Spoon. So let's tally up the final score out of 100 per the Rolling Spoon rating scale, the RSRS, on this GMO Gushers by Sauced. So a bunch of 3s and 4s in pre-smoke judgment with the 4, flavor with the 3, ash color with the 4, and throat hit with the 3. So 3s are worth 10 points, 4s are worth 15. So the 2 10s bring us to 20, and the 2 15s, 20 plus 30, we're at 50. Then add in the 18 points from the definitive judgments, bringing us to a final score of a 68 out of 100 on the RSRS. The Sauced GMO Gushers, a 68, high quality cannabis. So, grading scale, we have yet on the show to have anything above 90. 90 to 80 is considered elite, cream of the crop. That 80 to 70 is your top shelf. 70 to 60 is super high quality. And if you can find something in this range for a solid budget, like 25, 30 an eighth, under 10 a gram, this is really fucking bomb smoke for someone who is just trying to get the job done and get it done cleanly. Shout out the squad over at Sauced. Really cool packaging and branding. Hype out the ass, an absolute banger of a package. The GMO Gushers by Sauced. Shout out the squad at Hardin for hooking your boy up with an awesome 8th. Loved smoking it with all the Roll Gangsters. Tomorrow, we will be back at 10 a.m. with a What Would You Do Wednesday, a nice little philosophical debate. Looking forward to hearing what you would do in tomorrow's What Would You Do scenario. You come, be the judge on tomorrow's episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. For your Processor Sky and the show, mwah, love you, Roll Gang.